Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to do a review of this Laulima Ion Slim. I've had this since, I don't know, beginning of June, whenever Blade Show was, so I've had it for a few months now, maybe 4 or 5 months, and I've had it in pocket every single day since I picked it up. And this is actually, funny enough, the only remaining item that I have from Blade Show, even though I bought a ton of stuff. But yeah, this was an unexpected purchase. And I never thought I would be a flashlight guy, but I've absolutely loved this thing, and I've carried it a ton. As you can see, it's seen better days. It's very beaten. Cerakote's worn off, but yeah, I mean, I carry this thing every day, so I figured it'd probably be a good review. I don't know if there's a ton of reviews on these I haven't seen, and just know this is coming from someone who is not a flashlight guy. I mean, I carry one every day, but this will probably be the most expensive and fanciest light I ever buy. First off, these things run anywhere from like $285 up to like $2,500. So there's a wide variety. I think this one was $335 because it's Cerakote, but you can get standard aluminum ones for the $285, and then I think he has titanium ones for $425 maybe. It's like $100 upcharge over whatever this one was. So it's like under $450, I believe. And then yeah, the $2,500 one, he has full polished Timascus. Me personally, I feel like that's kind of an insane upcharge. You know, I could see $1,000, but then again, I don't know what it takes to machine Timascus and polish it. I don't think it's that hard, but yeah, if you want a full Timascus one of these, you're looking $2,500. He makes a bunch of other lights, and when I was at Blade Show, I kind of tried all of them out, but this one was the most, I don't know, this one fit me the best. And actually, I'm going to bring in a few size comparisons. So these are two of the lights I've carried in the past. This is an Olight i3T tie. This is an i5T tie. This one, I don't know if it was this one. Yeah, it was definitely this one because it's pretty beat. This Olight I carried for about 1.5 years before. Main reason being, I carried this one to start with, but it's AAA. This one is AA. And AA is my preferred battery type for any flashlight. I have a few qualifications for a flashlight, and easy to find batteries is one of the big ones. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that this doesn't meet, but it's good everywhere else, so I like it. And I'm okay with that, making that sacrifice. But yeah, so I picked this up at Blade Show because I'd been carrying this for at least 1.5 years, and this one, as you can see, is not much bigger. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely bigger, but I don't know, it felt right in hand. And I'll go ahead and get into the things I like, because it's more things I like than anything. Biggest thing for me is tail cap. I will not carry a flashlight if it has a side button. I have an Olight, I don't remember which one it is, Baton 2, I think. Yeah, Olight S2R Baton 2, that's what it is. It's the bigger one. And it's got a side button. I never carry it. It stays in a bag because for me, a flashlight, always growing up, my dad's flashlights always had a tail click, so that's what I'm used to. So it has to have a tail click. The other thing for me mainly is the size. Like these ones, I don't know why, but like this is almost too small for a flashlight. Like I want to be able to actually put my hand on it and use it. And then the other thing being, you know, I work on cars and a lot of other things a lot. If you're a flashlight guy, you know, you end up with your flashlight in your mouth and you're using it and using both hands. That's just how it goes. So you don't want a huge flashlight. You know, you don't want a giant flashlight, and then, you know, that's just not a good look really all around. So good size, and then tail click. And then the other thing for me is this has 4 modes. So you have, let's see, you have moonlight, which it's kind of bright out here. You have what I leave it on, which I just call normal. You have high, and then you have bright as shit high. So I don't know if they actually have specific lumens. When I bought this flashlight, I never asked, and I've looked on their website before, and I don't think they list specific lumens, because if you are a flashlight guy, I think he has like 10 different illuminators and, you know, all the combos and stuff. So you can get a ton of different options in these as far as flash illuminators and, you know, control boards and stuff. I would actually prefer just to have low and high, because that's what this has, which is another reason I like these. Simply because I'm a simple person. I want on, off, you know, low, high, nothing crazy. I'm okay with the 4 modes though, because you can cycle through them quickly, and I mean, they're good steps. And if you're outside, the top 3 modes aren't a huge difference. Don't get me wrong, they are noticeably different. But if you're outside, they're not a huge difference. And if you're inside working on something, at least for me, like, it's nice to have the higher ones, although I don't use them very often. Most of the time I'm on what I call the normal mode. So yeah, that's my pros. I'm trying to think, is there any other big pros? I mean, I guess I covered them. The only cons for me are, it's not really even a con, the Cerakote scratches off. As you can see around the bezel, scratches off, and then obviously up here, I'm sure honestly that's probably from having it in my mouth and my teeth or something, who knows. Then just kind of, you know, where it attaches. But, you know, if you're someone who wants it to look perfect 24/7, that's going to be a con. So I would probably go with either the titanium that's tumbled or blasted, or the aluminum. This is the aluminum one, by the way. And then the other con would probably, yeah, I mean, the biggest con is going to be, this takes 14,500 batteries. If you, maybe you guys know of a better supplier, I think it takes the flat top ones. There's button top or flat top. I found out that this takes flat top. It might be able to use button top. I'm not a flashlight guy, I don't know. But this takes flat top batteries, and they're on average, I think, like $3 a piece, which is ridiculous for a flashlight battery. But I use this a ton, and I think I change the battery every month or two. Yeah, probably every month, month and a half. When I was fixing my car, I was working on my car every night, and when that was happening, don't get me wrong, I was actually using it a lot. And I was using it a lot, and I think I had to change the battery 2 or 3 times within 2 weeks. So, but that was using, it was basically on, because I was underneath my car every day for that entire 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So figure it on, and me and my dad were switching back and forth between this one and a few other Olights I had. So I mean, this thing was on, and he doesn't understand brightness. He's older, and he probably had it on max brightness 95% of the time. So if you're on max brightness all the time, figure 2 weeks max. But if you're on normal mode like me and you use it fairly often, but not 24/7, you know, month and a half. So that's a con. This might also be a con. This pocket clip's perfect for me. Never had a problem with it. Slides in and out of the pocket fine. It's got perfect amount of retention. There we go. Perfect amount of retention. And I think it looks really cool. I do like the little dimpling. But you can't put it on the brim of a hat like these, which I think Olight, Streamlight, I don't know if any like high-end flashlight makers do a clip like that, but if you're someone who likes to put on the brim of a hat, you can't do that. But for me, works fine. I'm sure this is some kind of standard flashlight clip, so maybe you can put a cool clip on here if you want to change it. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this thing. I mean, really the only actual con for me is I wish it took AA's, or, you know, some other easy to find battery that wasn't, you know, $3 a battery, but it's fine. I can deal with that. I keep 14,500s in my book bag, and in my car and stuff, so it's not a big deal. I have probably 20 of them now that I just keep around. They might make rechargeable ones. I haven't looked into that. I don't like rechargeable flashlights, but rechargeable batteries probably would do me okay. Yeah, I mean, the battery's really the only con for me personally. But yeah, other than that, have zero plans of switching. I haven't had any problems out of this thing. The guy who ran Laulima, I don't remember his name, but he's super cool to talk to. When I was at Blade Show, and I've interacted with him a few times on Instagram, sharing this light on there. Yeah, I guess that's one more pro. This thing just looks good in EDC photos. So if you want a light that just looks cool, like for pictures and stuff, I think this is a good looking light. And he has a bunch of different Cerakote colors. This is, I think this is called tungsten. I believe it's called tungsten, but he's got all the main Cerakote colors you can think of. He's pretty much got them all. And then, yeah, he does media blasted / sandblasted or whatever, tumbled, polished, maybe just raw aluminum milling or titanium milling. He does, I mean, his flashlights, he is a flashlight guy. So there's hundreds of like different possible combinations if you wanted. Oh, last big pro. This is made in the US. I mean, the guy, I don't remember his name. We're going to call him Mike. His name's probably not Mike, but we're going to call him Mike. Mike makes these things in the US of A, somewhere, I don't remember where, but everything in this thing comes from the USA, which is nice. I wish The only way I'd ever change flashlights is if I got a flashlight with pretty much every feature, made in the USA, but took double A's. So like if this light could be made in the US, I would probably do that over this. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sticking with this. You know, I've been wanting a big or a good USA made flashlight. Actually, yeah, you can kind of see the brightness differences there. So, yeah, I'd been wanting a good USA made flashlight. I met this guy at Blade Show. He was super cool, and yeah, I mean, it's the only thing I kept. So, if you are not a flashlight guy but want a fancy flashlight to have and you actually use it every day, oh, here we'll throw in another size comparison for the 3 people this is going to help with a bench or a Benchmade BM Vector. There you go. But yeah, if you're not a flashlight guy, or even if you are a flashlight guy and you want a flashlight to actually use every day, then I highly recommend the Laulima Ion Slim. The non-slim is okay too, but like I said, it's a little bit thicker, which if you're putting a flashlight in your mouth because you need both hands, you know, not a good look. I think it's just a little bit too big to be to where I'm okay with, you know, having to deal with it all the time. So all right, I think that's going to be all for this one, and I'm not sure what the next video will be. I know I say that in every video, but I change my mind literally every single day. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.